Never get mad at me.
What is up, guys? It is your boy Razza, and today we're doing the Aatrox A to Z. Let's go. So let's start off with his passive. His passive is called Bloodwell and gives him bonus attack speed for every 1% of blood that's in his Bloodwell. His Q is called Dark Flight and makes Aatrox dash to a selected area and it knocks whoever's in the centre of it. And now this will give him a lot of mobility to disengage or engage in the lane, and it's a key part of his kit. Okay, so Aatrox's W is ridiculously confusing because I'm going to dumb it down a little bit because I kind of can't get my head around all the percentages and stuff. So it has 2 on-hit effects that you can change with toggling it on or off, and it also has its own passive, so it's a really complicated skill, and it can literally make or break you being a good Aatrox player or a really bad one. So the toggle on is called Bloodthirst, and it heals Aatrox for every auto attack he makes under 50% health. So basically what that means is you want to use the toggle on until you're lower, and then the third auto attack on that will make him heal 3 times as more. So it's basically when you get low, you swap it and start healing again until you get above 50%, and then do the toggle on, which is called Blood Price, and makes him deal extra damage every auto attack he does, but steals his health. And then the third auto attack on that will make him do 4 times the amount of damage that they normally do. So what you want to do in lane is you want to Q onto someone, and then with your W, hit them with the Blood Price, so then you do extra damage, and then heal on the minions with the Blood Price. No, Bloodthirst. See, really complicated. So you want to hit the minions with Bloodthirst to heal, and Blood Price does more damage. There we go. Right, now we have that really complicated skill out of the way with his E, and it's really, really simple. He fires 2 lasers that go in sort of a cone shape and end at a point, and it does magic damage and has a 40% slow. It's basically something used to poke and clear waves. It's not the biggest part of his kit, but it's a very important part. And then his ult is called Massacre. And now this is the ult which a lot of people will try bait out of you to try fight you, because it really will make you do a lot of damage. And what it does is it steals health from other people that you ult in the target range, and it will fill your Bloodwell 20%, which means basically giving you more attack speed and things like that. And it also will give you longer attack range and more attack speed. And one thing I did miss out on the passive is that when you take fatal damage, so you'll fill up your Bloodwell over and over and over again, and then when you die, it will put you in like a stance of sort of like a GA. So it's like an early game GA, and it will revive you with the health that you gain from Bloodwell. So like a full Bloodwell will give you a roughly about 45 to 50% health, and then you'll spawn up again. So as you can see, what I was talking about in the preview, like the preview of the champion and stuff, what I did was engage onto Kennen and used my passive to basically win me the early game, because then I can flash on him with my Q and kill him instantly, because there's nothing he can do to get away from it. One thing I would like to say is I'm doing this not live. It's probably quite obvious, but all the other episodes after this are all going to be live. When I did this, I was like, oh yeah, it'd be a lot better to do it non-live, but no, I was wrong. It's really hard to talk about the champion and what you're doing and things like that, just to get the best bits. But as you can see here, jump on him with the W on to Blood Price. So I do more damage, poke him down with E. I'm actually maxing E because I'm against Kennen. So what I wanted to do was try and match his poke while still healing. And then here I dive. And do I kill him? Yes, see? So what I do is I land E and ult, and it steals the health from him, which does damage, and then I kill him. I do think if he just backed off, he probably could have just let me die to the tower or got me when I was roaming around. So it's kind of a bad thing on my part and his part, but you know, things happen during the games and stuff. I do think that Aatrox might be a lot better now. Before when I played this quite a few patches ago, and since then they've reworked Blade, they've improved it, so it's a lot better. So I do think Blade is going to make Aatrox a bit stronger. I would put him at about 5 out of 10. He's not the best top laner to play the game, but he can be good in low elo, and I'll talk about that later on, like split pushing and things like that. So as you can see here, I'm just laning. I do think I'm at a disadvantage, but I land the E, and I'm probably looking to engage. Yeah, I do. So I ult, and I still have the healing on, so I can heal. Then change to damage on the third auto, and I kill him with E here. and then I just start healing up again. And as you can see, the heal is pretty ridiculous. It's probably one of the most insane heals I've ever seen on a champion. It's insane. So here I'm just farming up, doing the same thing. So like I was saying, I think Aatrox is very good in lower elos. And then you can see here I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again, just like I was freezing the lane. So it draws him towards me and then just jumping on him constantly and trying to poke him down with E all the time. I have ult here. There's stuff going on bot lane, so I know that there's probably jungle pressure down there. I ult, start healing on the third auto, change to damage, jump on him and kill him. It's literally, once you get ahead on this guy, it's very hard to, I did not need the flash there by the way, it's hard to like fall off, if that makes sense, until like stupidly late game. But this is what I was talking about, is in the early game, you want to use your passive to your advantage and try either make them base and TP and then you have an advantage because then they have no TP, or you win the fight because they burn your passive, you get them low and they do what Kennen done and stayed in the lane, and then you basically win the game from it. But he's a really, really odd champion because in low elo you can just perma split push forever and you'd be fine. I think in this game I'm pre-made with, I'm trying to remember who, probably the support. I think it was the support. So I have sort of the bot lane pressure, knowing that he knows what he's doing and things like that. But yeah, in lower elo, this guy should be a machine because you should just be able to split push and do whatever you want because the teams aren't going to react properly. But a counter fact to that is that your team aren't going to know what to do while you're split pushing. So I'd say in like bronze to platinum, low plat, you can probably just split push, but just watch out by wards and things like that. And in higher elo, you might have to build him a little bit more tanky. So the build I think I was going for was Blade and then going for Spirit for the healing. And also they had 2 AP, I think, maybe 3. I can't really see. But yeah, so they have AP and things like that. And it's getting to the point of the game now where Kennen can't do anything and I can 2v1. So I'm looking for the split push. My team are dominating them anyway. So there's nothing they can really do. Like my team's just ahead. So at this point the game's already over. And their team do surrender. Spoiler, they surrender. But yeah, it's the point of the game where they can't really do anything to stop our team if we just keep pushing on and on. So that is the end of the first episode of A to Z, guys. If you could drop a like, comment and subscribe to my channel, that'd be amazing. I'll see you guys in the next episode of A to Z. Peace.